As a loyal AMC Stubs member, here's every film that I watched in June, as an actor living in LA who thinks it's their job to stay informed on what films are being made. This was actually a very slow month for me, but I have the best excuse in the world that I was at the Sundance Directors Lab for almost the entire month of June. But I was back for sort of the last 5 days of June, in which case I was able to see 3 films. The first film was Obsession. I know I was late to seeing this, but that's only because I'm not big into the horror thriller genre. I just get so spooked so easily. But I felt like for the sake of supporting independent film and independent filmmakers, I had to watch this film. It was a very creative idea, and I thought it was very well executed. I will say I was absolutely terrified. I left the theater just in shock, and I was not able to sleep that night at all. The next film I saw was Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day. Now, I've seen a lot of criticism for this film, but I think it's just people having really high expectations for Spielberg, especially when he announced that from his career, this is the film he's been wanting to make. Now look, I thought it was a great film. Would I watch it again and show it to all my friends? Maybe not, but I really did enjoy it, and I thought the performances were incredible. Specifically, Emily Blunt and Colman Domingo, I feel like they just held that film. My only real qualm was that at the beginning, there was a very technical jargon in the dialogue that I personally felt it hard to keep up with because I don't have that prior knowledge of the science. But as the film progressed, I was sort of able to catch up with what was going on. And also, the film was very thought-provoking. We're kind of conditioned to be afraid of the unknown and the potential existence of aliens, but you come out of this film thinking, what if aliens are actually the good guys? And the last film I saw in cinemas this month was The Invite, directed and starring Olivia Wilde, and also starring Seth Rogen, Ed Norton, and Penelope Cruz. So that cast alone was enough for me to see it. Now this film, I went on my own to the cinema, and I'm actually very glad I did because my usual cinema partner is my husband, and he would have had such secondhand embarrassment from this film. There were parts of it that were so cringeworthy, but I think the uncomfortableness of it all actually made for a better comedy. Dialogue was incredible, it was so funny, the performances were great, and the entire film takes place in one night on one set. I highly recommend watching this in the cinema because also that collective sense of humor and embarrassment I think elevated the experience. And there was just a great character arc for it having taken place in one night. That is everything I saw in June. July is going to be an incredible cinema month, so make sure you hit follow to see my reviews on all the films coming out in July.